come up on these tracks. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up on these tracks. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Grand afternoon. I hope you enjoyed my 2 other videos that I had. Thank you for coming in, for all that came in and that we're going to watch. Don't forget that you enjoy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Coming to you at 1400 hours for 1 minute. It is August 24th, 2022. This is part 3. I put trigger warning, because now I'm about to get into something that I've been thinking about and I've been saying for the past 8 years now. And I came to a realization of thing for Black men, get rid of all the movements and pills. But I'm about to hit you with some truth that we're going to have to come to a understanding that he's going to just be okay with, because I have accepted a lot of things and I'm okay with who I am. I can't turn back. This is part 3 of Black Men Seeking Love. Where do Black men go when Black women don't want your type of Black men? And I have a video by a prominent guy, a gentleman who spoke a truth. The women walked out. They didn't want to be held accountable and responsible. And those are not the women you want to be part of. So, hey. So I'm going to write down again some talking points as we watch both of the clips. 2 clips. They both short. One is shorter than the other one. The guy is shorter than the lady. The lady's going to speak. Then I'm just going to get some ideas off of that. Not watch the whole. It's 13 minutes. Not watch the whole thing. And now I picked out. Just let it play through, because of what she said in the beginning was, because she accepted the 13 minutes out of her 2 hours. She made 13-minute video. She took it out of her clip and made a clip out of it for 13 minutes, 26 seconds. But first, I want to get into welcome again to the Brotha Talk series. Presents a community in unity, unify we can. This is by Old Ground Production. This is our mission again, the portrayal, the narratives, the rhetorics, the stereotypes. We take back control of who we are. We promote it in every topic, discussion, object. Our objective is to have a positive outlook on African descendant Indigenous Black men in America, or just around the world, that follow the mark or have they being demonized over different things. But what I want to do with this one, this is to encourage my brothers. So I'm going to put this up on his own. Remove the top part real quick so you can see. It's up here, empowerment. Sorry, let me go back. Empowerment to empower. This is for empowerment. This is not to down or to change your mind, to have you thinking about different things. Positive affirmations. You're going to do positive affirmations. You're going to reinforce how we overcame. But in this case, we're going to reinforce outcome that may be different from what you're used to. And I'm here to support, help, and express who you are. You don't have to worry about nothing here. I support. I'm down with you. And you can express anytime and express any way of who you are. And I'm never against that. So without further ado, let me play this first one. This one is short. And here you go.
This breaks all sociological order. Of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful you are, and you are climbing the ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house, but until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning. The conversation has become, let's prove to the men how dispensable they are. It is born out of pain because we hurt you and betrayed you and lied to you.
So that was the first video. I wrote down some points, some talking points and everything. So talking points I wrote down: praising women to be men. The womanness and the woman is missing. Losing families, no need for the man. The strong black man woman rhetoric, and why do black men shy away from black women? And what accountability should be held for women? The next video is different from this one. Woohoo! Good one. Very, very good. Why are black men leaving black women to go overseas?
It says, I have a condo in the Dominican Republic and my main woman lives there with her 2 children. I am 60, very fit and wealthy. I have a rotation of super hot women in other the South American countries. My male friends are completely done with USA women, forever done. This pic with her. Hell no. Sloan, are you? Excuse me if this is rude, but y'all know your little big sister is off the chain and I don't have no filter and I don't know how to be politically correct all the damn time. Sloan, are you white? Y'all even running off the white men? Oh, I know you motherfucking lying. Sloan, if you're still here, put a 1 in the motherfucking chat, sir. If you are a bride. And again, your little big sister don't mean no harm. Okay, I'm just the chain. Okay. I know y'all running off. Not white zaddy, y'all running him off too. The fuck? It's over. Bitch, it's over. It's over. Y'all laughing, I'm dead ass motherfucking serious. Sloan? Are you at home? Sloan? Put a 1 in the chat, Sloan. And guess what? He's not black. So we're divesting. Okay. This is what we've been saying. Now, again, I knew that shit was all cap. Oh, excuse me. The St. Louis coming out. I knew that those statements were false and extremely inaccurate. I was aware of this. I'm looking around and I'm observing the fact that so many of my sisters that have these sentiments don't look up to par, right? Their behavior is not up to par. Everything about them is subpar, if you will. And so I already knew that this was a very delusional conclusion and statement to make, right? When we're out here saying, oh, we don't care, we're divesting and we're going somewhere else, it was like, bitch, where are you going? Because, bitch, don't you know the competition over there is going to be more steep because, bitch. So I knew that was cap. I mean, I knew that was a lie. But then to have solid evidence right here in motherfucking back-to-back $100 super chats with the very men that y'all are saying y'all are divesting to, saying, Mitch, how they gonna divest to me and come over to me when I divested for their asses? So, Danica, comment.
So I wanted to show that for the people because with the divestment community, they was telling us that they were leaving and going other places or being with other men. But I want this still to be about Black men empowerment, and I love the truth. Oh, the other video. Maybe I'll do a part 4 another day. But that my plan was to do 3 parts today. And the part 4 will be other things. Go be part of the panels. And then I'm going to show that clip when I do the panel, ask what they think about that. And I want to get a groups that think that way and the 2 or 3 people that don't think that way. So we're not arguing. We're talking about things. But I need people. But I met people. I got to find them online. I've been in they live. That wasn't just saying, oh, Black men is. Thank you, sister. Black men's not this. And give a shout out to Sister SHEILA. She interviewed me on just the movement of my channel, of my platform, and I appreciate her for that. I always show her love. I shout her out, put her link, check out her page. She have interviews with all different types of people from all different types of life. She even interviewed me. She did pastor, a police officer. She showed her life and different things, and she gave us information from New York about I forgot it was I don't remember, it was a loan or something, not a loan, but it was information how to get things that they need through the pandemic, if I can recall that one. So check out her page, and thank you. Yes. And so I wouldn't get on with part 3 today of Black men seeking love. And where do Black men go when the type of Black women he desire don't want him? And I mean as the ones that he's doing. I didn't know, according to online, I didn't know you needed to make over a certain dollar amount to have a family. As I said in part 1 and 2, especially part 1, in my other videos, I know a lot of Black men that don't make $100,000, but they got great houses. Life is good. The woman is happy. She's not complaining about he don't have, because they know if you take 40 and 40, that's 80. So that means you made 80,000 in 2 years. Because they keep telling me chump 40,000 is chump change, and I keep saying walk down the street and ask people how much they make. You're gonna pass 45 people. You're gonna put all their income from both years together. They don't make over 40,000. So when you keep listening to the same information, that don't make sense. That's why I say the original, when we talked about high value, it was about the quality of the man, the quality of the person. It was never solely bent on the money. The quality of a woman was never about looks or weight. That's what I say this, where I disagree. Yeah. And I'm not agreeing with everything. So we can go over some of the questions. I was given this a long time ago. Woman said this, a woman that I look at, she said, why, when you finally do good, you be with the woman that don't want you? Why would you want to be with the woman that didn't want you when you were building yourself up? See, but social media, they keep telling you men, and even other men, and I disagree. I will tell you, it's like, I don't think established is, to me, it's just knowing where you're going, knowing what you're doing. It's not ambition. I have zero ambition. I have a plan. That's not ambition. Like I said, we use words wrong. And I don't get into that. I'll do that another day, what that word mean. But I try to stick on positive things, so I will make that a positive viewing. And if the ambition, I didn't write down the timestamp, so it was 18. So let's say about 16 minutes to start. So when we talk about the man of who you are, you don't have to assimilate or conform to the ways of other people. You present yourself as you are. And if that's not her idea, don't conform yourself or assimilate yourself to the idea of that person, because that you lose who you are. And then, so we don't chase love. You pursue her. You don't chase her. I learned that. You do not chase women. You never chase. The reason you don't chase, because it has to be a common interest. It has to be a common interest with that woman. And there is no common interest and you're chasing, you'll have to ask yourself, where is this going? Because you're doing the chasing. You're paying for everything. You're making all the first call. You're calling everything. She's only responding to what you do. People say that's how it's supposed to go. No, there's a thing called a mutual. It's mutual interest. If you text her, she texts you back. So if you text her last night and she didn't respond, and she waiting the next day for you to text her first, because they say he texts first. Well, thank you. And if you waiting to text first, you did text. Technically, you text her last. So if you say good night and she already went to sleep and she's like, she should text you, oh, I missed the call, or now it's not so much her turn as a mutual grand rising, or she say the other word morning or AM or whatever she says to greet you in the AM when you wake up. That will be reasonable. If you paying for something, you on the 5th, 6th date and she's showing interest, she will actually play a tip. It's things she would do. It's mutual and it's reciprocation and it's interest. Calling you first is not a big thing to her. Now, setting plans is different. Doing all the things first is totally different things. Cooking you food that you say your favorite, getting you a gift, because you're already doing this for her. This is not like you haven't done nothing. So don't let them beat you with the struggle of or bare minimum. There is no such thing as struggle of and bare minimum. It's what you do with that person. That's what you give out, and that's what you have in you. You can't give a woman a jet ride on the first date unless I don't care if you have millions of dollars. Who does that? That means he watched her for a while. Something that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's just certain things you just don't do. So we're gonna check out the first video. That was with Brother TD Jakes. He talked about when the black women got mad. He said, we're raising our daughters to be manly. You're showing them there is no need. So there is no purpose of him being there. Yes, sister. Yes, Sister Vale. Yep. The tip or something. Yep. And so why is it? And that's why I said trigger warning, because a lot of women in his church walked out. Instead of asking that, why? And whoever originally posted, I actually finally listened to it and I showed it. I showed the half of the video. It was 2 minutes. So I showed the other minute because the way it load. And I still got to put the other videos where I got the other videos from. But you can see on the thing when I highlight, you can see the name of the video too. So I'm still going to do that. It shows that with those women and men listening, he has a congregation of women and he talks to them. Just like if you go to any church, you go in an office and they talking about things. He's talking about and there's more women in church. So what the women going to talk about? By any discussion, the women are going to bring up men. But his final part was to that. That wasn't his final part because he said something after. You can still see it. And you heard him because I'm going to talk about that part too. He said, you don't ask why the men shy away from you. But why do men shy away from women? So that's 23. Why do men shy away from women? Well, black women, be specific. He said it because in the first part, if you watch the 2 minutes or you listen, you know that part because he had a whole sermon. I think that was an hour. It took like an hour, 15, 20 minutes for that. But I used that. Somebody made a 2-minute video and I used a minute of that video. He said, there's an order. So the dynamics of man and woman was here before I was even born, before you was born. The man, it's great. Yeah, I love listening to some of the things we say. Even Dr. Miles Monroe. I'm not a Christian, but any man that speak, I'm talking about truth. I'm not just talking about just saying stuff just to say it. I'm talking about truth. And these men surely speak true. He said, we don't raise our daughters to be daughters. But he said also the first sin when Adam left Eve alone. He mentioned that. This is why we always have this. This is what gender war is. We have to blame a side. He didn't blame no side. He gave every side the due diligence of each wrong they did. You left alone. Adam shouldn't have left her alone. Eve ate from the apple, ate from the tree of life. She never ate from. If Adam was in his position, she would never ate from the tree. He said that. Nobody had a problem. They was praising that. And then when women went out, and now they started doing the things the men was doing because of the sins. Because men now, like we talk about all the things, and I want to do the victim thing that the black men go through that left women alone. And he said after that, now while they're alone, and then now when the man actually can show and improve who he is, why don't the woman now acclimate to who they are? So that was the question. Because why I say why they don't acclimate to who they are, because he said, now we got to ask, why do black men shy away from black women? And that was probably the second part of the video, but it was some questions I raised before. Did I do the questions? Okay, and I have a few questions. And he asked about why do black men shy away from black women. I can tell you from my take, I shy away because of how hard it is to talk to a lot of black women, even at the jobs and places I've been. It was almost as it wasn't no excitement. Like I see online or even in person when other race men come around, they excited. They don't even know if this man a good dude. But I'm already have a stigma. That's why I have the Brotha Talk series, a stereotype, a rhetoric, and a narrative. I'm already bad. I'm already gonna treat you bad. I'm already gonna say something wrong. So before I even open my mouth, I'm already given the stigma. I also ask this, even my two sisters here, and whoever women watch this later on, think about this. Think of a white man. What are 4 words you think about first? And think about Puerto Rican man, a Latino man, or an Asian man. Our 4 words. Now, when I ask the black women, think of 4 words when you hear black man. I even did that to other race women. I would expect them to have the most egregious words, but I don't expect black women to not have no kind words. I don't expect that. And money is one of the words I get that everybody has. Even I was just watching. I just wanted to hear because I don't get mad when I hear black women say all black babies should be here. But I was watching Cynthia G. She was just dead set on if you have a black baby, and if he raising, she didn't even say environment. She ain't say nurturing. She said there's results. I'm a result of a black woman raising a black son that's not a murderer, that don't do drugs, that'll never beat on a woman, never cheated on a woman. So she said from all the evidence, she said, she even sometimes say majority. She say not all. She'll never say not all. She'll say, no, she say a good amount. That's her word she used. That don't do it. Good amount. I'm one of the good amount, I guess. But she's saying, but for the sake of it, black men are bad. No matter what. Nobody else is bad. The raising, so when you see the black guy, because it's gonna always be a rebuttal, it's gonna come back to black men. Even when the dude had a question, he defended her answers, but at the same time, he still raised the question, and it was like, wow, I'm shocked that the guy that was the moderator raised the question. No, they're not evil. No, white men are not evil at all. Nope, not at all. They're wholesome. They created a democracy through saying, Sister SHEILA, Ville, and OJ, we have a plan that I know you are great at it because you are strong and big. See, you know what's funny? I've done that. I told the guy, like, even women in the femininity, because he talked about femininity and manliness, have taken the time out to say, you strong. I know you can lift that. Can you lift that for me? You know, it sounds stupid, but that's what I call nurturing, quote unquote nurturing, which is a real thing. And we talked about in part 2, nurturing in nature. And that was more nurturing. That made me want to do it. Imagine if somebody walked up to you and say, well, I know I don't have the capacity to build this, but I do have the information. If I give you the information, would you be able to build this? That would make more sense back then. To me, though, see, slavery wouldn't have been no thing. It wouldn't, because slavery never made sense. Because I felt that if you have information, that means you probably don't have all the muscles. So you're gonna need muscle. So you're gonna have to learn how to talk. That's called socialism. Oh, social media. Oh, see how social media can actually be worked for good. But everybody, that's why I call it social medieval. I call it social medieval because most people use it for evil, just as the Cynthia Dree law. That was good for evil. But yes, but we're gonna get the most egregious words by black men. But why? Why are we doing that? Because we are using the hate black men at birth. You know how you say hate black men at birth? People say, no, we say hate men. I said, but the first person that child's going to see is going to be a man. It's not going to be in what color man, what race, indigenous African descendant black man, her father. So this is why black men, indigenous black men, the most important thing on the earth you do. I always ask this. Do you know, ladies, what's the most important thing on the earth a black man can do? What is one of the most important things he do in his life? I always ask this question. One of the most important things of a black man can do in his life is who he give his seed to. That's why in part 2, and I always talk about this in general, I'm thankful for my father for choosing my mother. Not selective breeding, choosing my mother, because it showed he chose a great woman. She's a great woman to me, my example of women. Sister Vale and SHEILA actually shows that. But I don't expect him to be as my mother. I don't know. Because now I'm not looking for a mother. I'm seeking for a wife. So they would be great examples. And if they wasn't for me, I would say, hey, men, there's two black women, 2 indigenous women that would make great wives. If that's what they want. I'm just going by if I was to show men something. This is who I would choose. I wouldn't choose now, since I use the Wilsons, I use Mrs. Wilson. I wouldn't choose a Mrs. Smith because those women are not at all example. Because you know how I know, you want to know how a child came out? Good. You pay attention to the child. I got from my mother's side, we got 4. It's 4 of us. No prison, no jail, no nothing. No nothing. All went to school, no nothing. So if I go by what Cynthia G and those divestors, #divestors, I saying, you're welcome. And it's true. It's true about you ladies. And if I go by what divestors are saying, so my father wasn't there after a certain age for me and my sister, but my 2 younger brother and sister, they probably know less of him, which they do. They know less of him. So if we go by the divestors, 4 of us, 2 of us should be in trouble, but we're not. Just the way we were raised. It has nothing to do with who you select, the way you are raised. That is truth. That's why we want to say it take a village to raise a child. So in that strong black woman rhetoric, if you dismiss the black man, you dismiss the black woman. Because I actually would tell those black women, if you think every race man is better, don't that make every race woman better than you? Divestors or women that think that way, or even men. If you think every race woman is better, don't that make every race man better than you? Because they're better. Because who birthed white men? White women. Those black women hate black men, so they want white men. And so they're either going to hate the white woman or they're going to think highly of the white woman because that's who birthed them. They got to thank them. They got to give them all the praise. That's why they call them Zaddy, because they already do. So I know that was off topic. That wasn't really the topic of it. The strong black woman, the vibe is caused from the hatred of black men, because the first man she see is the black man out of the womb. So if we never expel, eradicate, delete, or remove that out of the black community institutions, the doctrinations. Okay, well, thank you for coming by, sister. All right, I appreciate it. And if we don't remove that indoctrination, we'll never get that family unit for Black people again. Now, he said too, Mr. T.D. Jakes said, why do Black men shy away from Black women? And as I noted that the Black men shy away, if we go to part 2, because we are not wanted. We are not expressed good of. Like, I can see on a lot of platforms, and I can listen to Black women as Sister Vel and Sister SHEILA talk about Black men in a good light. But then you have these other Black women don't speak of them in a good light, but then they have the rebuttal, everything is bad. And if everything is bad, then what can I do about it? Now, what can Black men do about this? Because this goes along with the accountability for the man and the woman. But this case, the accountability of self. And they're going back to self. Black men, the reason why the Black women are in the position, keep hearing it over and over. I don't think that's the reason. I'm gonna go by what they're saying. I'm gonna buy what the masses are saying. Because this Black woman has been hurt. Because you got to say how they say it, by Black men. They've been pained by Black men. They've been troubled by Black men. And they haven't had the leadership by Black men. Shalom, sister, with your phone. I'll see you later. I know you got an interview with Mr. 1SP. Can't wait to listen to that. Get the notification. I got to remember the time. And so if that's the case, now we got to hold accountability. Because it's not Black men now. It's Black men. If she dated 2 Black men and they cheated on her and hurt her, the accountability too on herself, she chose those men. She chose them. Because usually when the men that giving you flowers, making sure you fed, make sure you got home, trying to help you pay for stuff, do things, they're usually not the dudes troubling and paining you. And if they are, we have a deeper discussion in that one, because that wouldn't make any sense. And those dudes, people are like, oh, it's like, no, I like, you're leaving something. When I hear those stories, she's leaving something out. She didn't tell me that this dude broke her window to get. Oh, no. She didn't say this dude followed her. What's up, brother? This dude followed her to get her phone number to take her out. See, she left that part out. She didn't say that the dude that she's with that hurted her, she pursued him. That means she called him first. She did everything first with him. She didn't say that. See, when that's the things, the questions that we never have. I would love for the big platforms to touch on those. Or reason why she's choosing those men, because she's not attracted, and this is what this is part 3. She's not attracted to the type of men I am. That means the good man. And people are like, what is a good man? Like I said, the man that's willing to take her out. The man that is approaching her, as in part 2, with mannerism of politeness, being courteous, opening door. Things she wants to see happen that she already said she's not fully attracted to. She loved the facade and idea of it. So in her mind of the man, it don't matter if you even do any of those things, give her flowers or open the door. It don't matter. It has to be her ideal. It has to be in her reality. See that? So if that's only in her reality, she's going to experience things that Mr. Brother T.D. Jakes was talking about, the hurts and the pains and the trouble. You don't experience that from men. You don't experience pain. Disagreeing, and I hear women say, he did me that caused me pain. So since he didn't get you the biggest house on the block and the biggest ring, I'm telling you, you can't make this up. I'm telling you that brother, rest his soul, that was true. You can't make that up. Like, that was pain, that troubled her, that caused her to be a certain way. But also, one more thing before I talk about the nitty gritty of it, the second video, which is less questions and things we go on by, is since we know that certain things cause a struggle or a pain, why don't we try to not form those things into our life? So they say struggle love, or a man has to build himself up. But all the people that I know did not build up themselves. They built with that person. They throw that out. So when somebody's married, I never heard a married person that lasted 20, 40, 60, 14, 16. My sister, 8 years. My younger sister married. My oldest sister married. My other sister married. So, and other people in my family are married. I never heard them talk as they talk. Even Brother She. It's like, I started off, I accepted this. She accepted this. We seeing if it worked. And it worked. You don't hear that from these big giant platforms that talk about relationships and marriages and courting. You hear about the negatives and the nuances, the bad, everything that's bad, the negative. You don't hear nothing good of how they got there. But most of the men I know, they didn't make $200,000. They didn't make $200,000, so they got with the woman. And I'm not saying that she was the factor, but it wasn't based on. A lot of people met in college. A lot of people met through people. So we gotta forget about that. And if that's how we look at it, then I don't know where to go with that. Because those are the examples that I want to use for my marriages, for my life, and then use the stuff that's for me. And so we go now and go to the second video, which is the nitty gritty of Black men traveling for love, not the divesting, because that was the title on the video. Why, what is divesting? And the reason I look at that is because as a Black man, that is not one of the type of Black men that is wanted by the Black woman. And I don't get mad, and people say, oh, no, I don't like, no, you have to be in reality. So in reality, as I express, if a woman can look at me and tell me if I'm strong or beta, incel, simp, then that's not, you don't have a big opportunity. You don't have a big window. You don't have a big quantity of women to choose from. You have a lower amount. And those lower amount of women might not always be, because you still got to find attractive. Got to still be compatible. But them not the women you hate. They don't hate you. You're just not compatible. And you probably do. And then if you don't date, you probably become good with them online or offline and try to do something. That's just good people to be around. But some people be wanting something, but they don't understand how they are forcing it. I don't want to force anything into no one. I want that woman to say, okay, he did call me. Even if she is doing that, he did call me. So the reason I say why Black men are traveling, because they're seeking love, and these are the Black men, because we know that there is 60% single motherness, 60% of single Black women, and 60% of single Black men. But that large percentage of single mothers and single women, they don't want a certain man because they have the same talking points as sometimes the low part of the investment of money, his character, and don't know nothing about him. And money didn't matter, again, to all the married people that I know. So a lot of Black men, I would say I agree. I actually agree with Black men. I'm not what you would call it for, like, I don't do the movements or the pills. I agree with Black men should go where, if so, I live near a Middle Eastern woman, 2 Black women, Caucasian woman, she Middle Eastern, that have some admiration of me. I'd say to young black men or black men, if that Middle Eastern woman, and I asked her out and she went out, she found attraction to me already because she accepted to go out. She respected me as a man and as an indigenous African descendant black man. And I say I want to be romantic with her because you got to remember, brothers, young men that watch this, when you watch this, you got to make your intentions clear. And I say I want a romantic life with you, or it's a life. I hate saying relationship. I like saying relationship. So I want a romantic relationship with her. I want to build off that. I want to court because I'm looking for a wife. I want to have children. I'm not just being with this. I'm not just talking about just trying to get some. I'm talking about being with someone, and she responds in a positive way and say yes. I would say, black men, I know I'm black power and black love. I would say, why would you deny that if you're attracted? I'm not attracted to white women because I am visual, and part of my visual, I love brown or black or dark. I don't like pink, but that's not a diss. The two ladies I know. Thank you. So the two ladies I know and everything. Thank you, Sister SHEILA, for stopping by and everything. I appreciate that. So to the women I know, black men, this is why the part 3 of this is named Black Men Finding Love or Seeking Love Where You Are. So if that's the case for that black man, I would say be okay. And no, I don't, like I said, I don't do all that. I'm just talking about genuine. If I met a like I said, that Middle Eastern woman, if she said yes, and then I'm keep running into black women that keep telling me no, or keep jumping through hoops, I'm sitting here like, what would you choose? I'm talking about black men. See, I can't speak for those black women that say that black men, because I keep finding it the same black women, but the black men is like a small percent. Out of the 60%, it's a small percent that's like, dude, she don't even like you. So you mad at the woman that don't. That's why I say certain things that Rest His Soul said and other brothers are saying, I don't agree with, because you still is accountability to you. You still have to love yourself. You still have to do things for yourself. Don't matter what. If a woman of my race want me or not, whether she's short, tall, big, that don't matter to me. And I'm not going to implant that in my head that she got to wear a size 8 because I'll make $100,000 a year. She got to be a good woman. That's the first thing we should be saying to women, be a good woman. But that's holding them accountable and responsible. That's a different story. So when you talk about who the woman you are, now we're going to get into the false reality. Because if I have a false reality of what a woman should be, I would have a hard time finding a woman. So if I think all women supposed to be size 8, all women going to have on their natural hair, they're not going to wear makeup, that's silly. If it's 8 billion people on this earth, that means it's 4 billion our women. So I don't expect 4 billion women to be the same. But what you can build up, so you don't have a false reality, is what are your criteria? One thing I don't care for, if that's her thing, like, and that took me a long time to get with the green hair, the blue hair. And a lot of women don't understand that about men. It took a time for him to agree with blue hair, green hair, purple hair. Now, the thing, I'm not attracted to white women, and white women are born with blonde hair. I'm not talking about the few black people in the world born with blonde hair. It's all just naturally born with blonde hair. I'm not attracted to white women who have I'm saying it's visual again. I agree with the visual part in some sense. So I'm not attracted to the blonde hair. So if I'm just gonna see black women with blonde hair, I'm associating that to whiteness. But you got, again, it's a psychological. If it's psychological for me, is that not psychological for black women? So a lot of black women that psychologically wear that blonde hair as a hairstyle every day, and they don't change it, they acting white. Because they say, don't blondes do it better? That's a white thing to say. That's a clueless thing. That shows me see what I'm saying? That's my reality. That's not a false reality, because in reality, if you talk to her, she's going to do something and say something to you. They'll be like, I can see why you wear blonde hair. And a lot of them will tell you, I wore blonde hair because the white man like it. It was nothing because of me. And that's a lie. That's a false reality when women saying they're doing something because the man, because of the man. I mean, not because of the man. That's BS. That's part of that weak, strong woman stuff. No, it's not. You don't have, because in reality, it's that false reality, but you got to bring them back to reality. I don't care about your nails being done. Like, no man is sitting up there saying, wow, your nail was not done. You got ugly nails. I'm not talking about her nails clean. She take a shower and they not bit off and they just regular with the thing. No, man. I bite my nails. Women ain't looking at my hands. That's something that's like commonly we're not doing. If I look at you and see big giant lashes, I can tell those not your real lashes. If I look at you, I can tell how makeup look on you. I can look at if your hair was done correctly. I can look at you and look at your face, see if you wash your face. I can look at you and see if your clothes clean or dirty or not. I can look at you. That's what I say. In reality, I can look at you and see those things, but you can't make assumptions about me already in your head. Now, a reason a lot of black men that the black women don't want, and then now they want us to wait around till they turn 35. If I'm turning 35 and what's going on, and now she wants a good black man. Now she wants a good black man. It's something that a lot of black men deal with, the reason they're going overseas. But we keep saying it, but black women keep saying they're not the problem. Even when I do the opinion, I'm going to show the video of the black woman. She's a therapist for black men. She had the audacity to come online and talk about black men coming to her therapy. Wait a minute. Why would you do that? Did you not you wanted black men to come to therapy, but now you want to talk about them because you got your feelings hurt by a black man? You should never. If you're doing therapy, and I put money on it, I don't know why nurses. I always thought like certain level jobs was to get you over the plateau. I don't know why nurses get with guys that don't have jobs. I was working with them. So I guarantee you that therapist girl was with a black man. And that's like we said, why would you get with the black man who's literally telling you he's having some type of problem? You were his therapist. Or if you're a therapist and you going home and then you realizing the black man you with, he might hurt you. You might want to leave. You might want to say, all right, not hurt you in the sense like if you try to leave, he's going to abuse you. I mean, he's not going to fit into the man you need. You're working, you're a therapist. You probably need to be the man, whatever emotion that bothered him to make him cheat on you and to do you wrong, not abuse you. I'm just saying, or not being the man you need to be. That probably stems from that. And you might not want to be with that black man, that one. And it's okay. I think it'd have been safer. But now she's angry at the world. So now all the black men in confidence came to her. The dudes that went to her wanted her fired. And then the black woman, got her, doxed her. No, they told the truth. And she got fired. And she deserved to be fired. People were coming to you with their feelings and emotion, black men. And as we kept saying, our feelings and emotion don't get looked at. That's a bad behavior. That's one behavior. Behavior is one. You know why a lot of black men don't go to the black women when we feel bad? It's y'all behavior. It's black women behavior for the most part. A lot of them don't actually understand the way they respond to us. You know, if you're a black woman and you're responding to a black man in a negative way after he says something, you think he want to keep coming to you? Now imagine him doing that online, offline, at work, and there's only black women doing this to him. Imagine. I'm giving you examples. Why you think he want to go? Why is he shying away from you? Why do he want to get his passport now and leave? See, he's not just going to travel. He's getting his passport to find love. I mean, what you're looking for, what is not going to be that black man you're looking for is not going to be there anymore. I also feel like these joints is crooked. That's messed up, but they not. Just look that way, I guess. Whatever. So your behavior, you got to change. But we talked about changing behavior, but they say no, it wasn't our fault. Attitude. I don't have to say nothing. I'm sorry, black women. Black men, we do put up with a lot of what black women say and do to us. The way they treat us, the way they act. And that's in the behavior too. You got all of these things about protecting and providing and help. A lot of black men are married, never got a gift. A lot of black men never got a hug outside of his mother and father. And then even that. So he don't know what to look for, but he know if I go to that Middle Eastern woman, I know I'm hungry, she gonna give me some food. I know if I'm hungry, she gonna give me some food. How you doing, Brother David? Right. I know if she's hungry, she gonna give me some food. Think about that. My brother fed up. We talked. We had talks. Not just you can say he sound like black men, black women. No. I had to do quadruple. Black women keep saying they do too. That's not true because I watch that. I watch at places. Black women, this is sad, will acknowledge the man she's attracted to more than the man. So if we go with the pounds of rocks and the pounds of feathers, the 3 rocks are black men, right? That she's not attracted to. But the black men she want are the feathers. So it's a whole bunch of feathers. That means she's attracted to it. To make a pound of feathers, let's say it take 100 feathers and only take 3 rocks to make a pound. She's attracted to the 100 feathers that don't want her. But the 3 rocks that was attracted to her helped fix the tire, put her air conditioner in, and he cooked for her. Whatever all of these 3 dudes. It masked up to everything she desired from the 100 men that don't want her, but she was more attracted to. She's not going to give weight. Because remember, the rocks are heavier. The 3 black men weight should help more, right? No. The dudes that dissed her and hurt her and abused her that she wanted, that didn't truly want her, but they want, it wasn't nothing wrong with these 3 dudes. They went to her, they was attractive, she said. They got decent jobs, they made good money. But she didn't want them. Why is that? But she remembered the 100 guys, that's more heavier than her. That's heavier than her. But remember, she won. So I even heard the black women say, when I got with a white man, he did this. They say, oh, black men did that, but the white man was more important because that's what she always wanted. I'm going to do a video on that, so I'm going to stay off of that. So I'm going to get with the next program, which we did behavior, attitude. This one is looks. Piggyback off of what I was already saying. The looks of the man matter to her more. I don't know why nobody ever just admit to the truth. He looked good. That's why you allowed him to do what he do. That's why you are hurt. I can say in my life, they can say, why you never been in a long relationship or lived with a woman? because I know something that wasn't going to work. And the women broke up with me too. So I know it's good. That's good. That's actually when something don't work that you know it shouldn't work, you should be happy. I'm happy that it don't work. So my look is not the desire of most black women. I'm sorry. I don't care if I'm 6'5". That's not the desire. And I'm okay with that. You got to be okay with it too, brothers. But this is why we going overseas. Because, like I said, she didn't see my looks. If you seen the guys they was with, not handsome at all. But at least give a white woman props. The Buffalo Sabres Stadium is after you to catch the bus. And you can see them white girls come up the stairs from getting off the train coming from the Sabres game or the Bison's game. The white dudes are not handsome at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Even though, like, they're not as pretty as white girls or whatever, got a decent looking guy. But they're together. So people say, oh, that's fake. That's aesthetics. No, that was visual. That was my survey. Right. And it's okay to break up with some of them if it's not going to work out well. That's part of why if you break up in time, you get rid of all of that. Like I tell that to black women, if you choose, they keep saying choose the right man, be with the right person. You don't go through the hurts and pains. You will miss out on that hurt and pain. Oh, you saying, man, she ain't want me? Cool, okay, but you don't get mad about her not wanting you. You don't get mad that because you missed it. The hurt and pain is gone. It's gone. It's like you right. Some people love the pain, knowing the relationship's not going to work. So a lot of women choosing this pain. They're choosing it. That's what I say. If you choose better. Don't choose pain. You choose him, you choose pain. You choose him, you choose cheating. So when you choose better don't hurt you. That man he's not trying to talk to other chick. He's giving you his attention. I don't want his attention. Hold on. I'll give you a little segment real quick. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of the women. Hypocrisy. It's not a diss. Now, this is what help. If women you watching her, watch later and finish. Right. Rock who rock with you. I'm going to choose that Middle Eastern woman over that black woman. You know why? I've been talking to the black woman for 2 years, the Middle Eastern woman for 4 months. She already gave me some food. She showed me that my romance interests, I'm just giving an example because this have happened to me, have been received, and she gave it back. Hi, how you doing? Give me a hug. It's no push away. She don't have if she got other dudes, I wouldn't know, but I don't see other dudes walking towards her house. I don't see her coming back from a date hooky. Here, I see her looking more beautiful coming back. That's what I feel like. She's a brown lady. She's Middle Eastern, so she's brown. So I don't gotta worry about pinkness. So, but she's brown. So she's my complexion, or she might be browner than me. So I know her whole body brown from inside to outside. Part that's supposed to be brown that we can see could be brown. So the visual, I'm there. To never go out my race, it's not there because I never went out my race still. Even the lady I dated, didn't have sex with her. I dated out, but she was Ghanaian, so that's more African. So I don't know if that's dating out. But I dated other race, and I met her. Jamaican lady. So that's still in my race. But to go outside of my nationality is a whole different story. Never done that. So ethnicity, I mean, not nationality, ethnicity. Never went out of my ethnicity. So who should he choose? Who should he choose? That's a little segment, another little nuanced segment. I'm gonna give you two types of women. And then you decide for yourself. Lady one, she's doing her thing. She's doing good. She has one child. She's around you. You're around her. She call you. You call her. She asks you, do you need anything? And if you don't talk to her in a while, she call you or text you. And you do all these great things with her. You went out, no problem. Woman 2, you went out. You call her. It's some time frame when she don't respond. She got other guys. You know she got other guys. She has one child, and the child is pretty cool. That child was cooler with you. The other child was nothing wrong with him, but this child was just cooler with you. And she got a good head on her shoulders, got her own thing going too. But when you express your romance to her, she's like, I got to see more. Even though she's always there, you got to see more. Which one would you want? I know I want woman 1. She's showing the interest. I don't have to do extra. It's like, if I'm doing this, because you got to remember the guy that wanted her, and if she wanted him, he don't do that at all. Now remember that. I want to let you, that's the truth. I never heard anybody that's even married. I never heard, because I'll be hearing something weird. I was like, oh, that's going to be a divorce. This man doing something so much. And people are like, oh, you want a reward for, it's like, no, I don't want a reward. I told her I want to be romantically involved. If she don't feel that way, or if that's not saying what she want, she's supposed to let me know, not let me run me through the hoops. You can't gain no respect. I can't gain, as I said, part 2, even women admitted to that. That woman not going to change her mind because you started doing her grass, making sure her pathway was good, making sure you helping her bring the heavy stuff in the car when she go grocery shop, taking her places, showing her good life. She's not changing her mind about you. That other woman, she don't have to change her mind because she's already appreciating you. Appreciation 1, 2, trying to gain access. I'm not trying to gain access to nothing because that's the words they use. Trying to get appreciation and get it back mutually without hurting myself, not leaving who I am. And it's black men that's leaving, and black indigenous men that's leaving America, are they divesting? It's not divesting. Are they a pill or a movement? No. These are men, again, that are not commonly being accepted by our black women, because part 2 explains a lot of that. And so which is the video, it's about black men seeking love and going overseas. Who do we find love in? The woman that won us back, not the woman we got to jump through hoops for. So if the 60% of single black women need black men to jump through hoops and they want to be with black men, they're going to have to understand we're black men. We're not white. And don't associate whiteness of me being good to whiteness. I can be good. And again, I will challenge anybody with, it's 4 of us, no prison, jail, no, you can say had a baby, but they good. The child good. My nephew 22, probably about to get married on Thursday. I don't know what he's going to say on Thursday, but that's how I'm seeing it. But we'll see. I'm happy for him. He got his woman Laos. So my nephew is Laos, African descendant, a little bit of Puerto Rican in him. So he got a little bit, my one nephew got African descendant, black, indigenous in him, with that small percentage Puerto Rican, because the guy, my sister, it's like third, he's like it's 4th generation, but everybody else is like black American. So there's no Puerto Rican in their bloodline for 4 generations, but it's still there because that's what they had. They know their family for 4 generations. Leads to 5th generation, which he's still a black American. So with my nephew, my great nephew, he's Laos in them, so that's Asian. So we have a little bit of Puerto Rican, that Asian, and then he's an African descendant American in him. So whatever the other genealogy he have in him, I'm happy. And my nephew lady is celebrating him, his job, his car, his license. Woo, we 22. Celebrate. They've been together 2-3 years. You think I'm gonna get rid of that just because I want a black woman, but I gotta fight for what I desire inside of my woman, you think I'll give that? I'm sorry, it's not a diss, because I'm not dissing black women. I'm just saying, well, if I got to do all of these things to be with you, I might as well pack my bags, because I pack my bags. They help you pack your bags to come see them. They offer. Well, she could be from, let's say you met somebody online, it's another country. You actually really go meet her. And I know, man, and it's not fake. This is true. These dudes, you can YouTube it. I know guys. I met a guy at the job. The last job, a couple of guys I worked with, it was all foreign guys, even American guys. See, like I hooked up with a girl. She was from another country. I was with her. I went to see her. She was real. She wasn't fake. This is, she had to see, it got children too. But she's like, yo, even that dude was showing it. That's why I was like, I wasn't shocked. He's like, yo, I woke up. She cooked me some food. Yo, you like, really telling you, they never had that. I had a woman make food and tell me, it was a black woman, well, I made it. I wanted to see if you're going to eat it. If you ain't going to eat it, I didn't like you. Then I asked her, why you don't admire anymore? She's like, if you're more into the church. She's like, no, I'm just joking. She's like, well, she said some other crap, but that still did, it basically lined up. She needed me to be her ideal, which I was okay with. But her family loved me. So, but I didn't break up with her. I was trying to be with her. She wasn't talking to nobody else, but that's okay. I don't have no bad for her. And I said, well, I can't be with you because I'm romantically want to be with you. She don't have children. She was good. She was beautiful to me. And I couldn't do it. Another woman couldn't do it. Her children, the baby father. Those are the things. But it's no hurt. She got hurt, the one with the two daughter, because she's like, why you do? I was like, this is what we do. And it was okay. So black men going overseas, I agree. Or whatever you want to call it, I agree with it. Not in a hurtful way. I want black men and black indigenous men to find love. That's overall statement. I want you black men to find love in whoever the woman is, in a woman. Make sure she a woman. When you're going overseas, make sure she a woman. I'm just playing. That's true though. Make sure she a woman. Make sure she real. Even if you use them dating sites, that's like, I know it's a one called I'm going to utilize. I used to do it, but I would do it jokingly. Now I'm going to really do it. It's called loveme.com. It don't come as that. It's linked. Click on the link and you will see you can do women in Colombia. They have tour dates. So that's not the only thing. Try that. The highest I seen, you get it's 5 days, 6 nights. Because you got to leave, so you get that extra night, something like that, or the other way around, something like that. And you can talk to multiple women, or as women at the event. If you go to Colombia, it's going to be women in Colombia, and they're not going to be the hoes. So if you go travel to Colombia, you're going to run into half and half. You got to know where to go. So watch them other videos. We'll put that in the comments. The Flyboy Way is another brother I just started watching. He had a Thailand woman and a Filipino woman. He said the Thailand woman, she had a son or a daughter, I think a son. She took care of him. She had her own little fitness thing. She made decent money and she loved him. It's like, why stay where I don't want to be? I'm sorry. I don't have children. So I don't care if another ethnicity or even black women have children. But if you're only looking at me a certain way, I don't want to be looked at a certain way. I want to actually be loved. I want to feel that vibrancy you had when you first fell in love with that man. I want to feel that. And a lot of our black women don't have that in them because they don't practice it. They don't practice enjoyment. They practice a lot of self. So, and being strong and powerful on their own. They don't need a man. They're superior. I'm talking about the outlook. This is not negative. This is what they're saying. I heard them say it. People think I'm joking. I live in the North. I see the black women. You go to the amusement parks that's close to here. You see the black women with the white dudes. You go down to a certain part of the town. You see the black. then they talk bad about you. You can hear them. The group of women I walk. So I don't want people to think this is about hate on black women. This is what I want black men to find love and have love, because I want that. If it's not with a African, indigenous, American black woman, I would love to be for a woman that's black, dark skinned, brown, of any nationality. But I prefer brown and black and dark skinned women of black women. But I would say any nationality that's dark, brown, light brown, that's still that complexion, because that's me visually. I will receive that type of woman, and I will try to build my legacy with that woman. If the black women that you're around choosing you last, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, third option, and you the backup black man, no, don't. And I say over for the end of this, black men, never allow someone to treat you as a backup option. You're not a backup. You're first. So I'm not saying this okay, I'm gonna get the link for him. I'm not saying diss them, and these brothers not dissing black women either. I'm not saying diss black women, but don't allow the black woman with the, I got to say it, with the 5 kids to dictate that you a single man that have no kids, you never impregnated a woman, and this is how they treat me. Because all I'm going off is my experience. I'm in the north. So they even say in Atlanta, they started treating men like that because they say most of them is gay. But I say, so you automatically assume I'm gay? And that's what they kept doing. Every time it's a black man, I keep hearing in Atlanta, dude's like, I came back. He said, I moved to Washington because he kept telling me I was gay because I had no children and I wasn't married. They say he must be married or he gay. He said, I left. I was like, I just talked to him. It was like last week. He said, I left Atlanta. That's where I got kicked off of Twitter. He said, I left Atlanta because they kept calling me gay because I had no children or I must have been married. I said, wow, it's like that now? He said, yes. I said, that's crazy. I was like, well, I'm not going to him. He said, you can go. They might treat you different. And never. He was 6'2". It's like, they might treat you. I don't know. But Atlanta, the women do talk to you. But if they're all asking him those questions. He said he went on like date. He said, I have a good job. But he ain't going like all this crap they lie online. He said, I was going to coffee shops just to meet up, then take the woman on a real date. And the real date, they ask some questions. You think it's like, you ask that, but it's like he'd tell them already, don't, like he say, I'm not. Because sometimes I start off and saying, I'm not gay or something. I don't have children because I didn't meet the right woman. So I never had an abortion because, the man paid and forced the woman to have an abortion, nor I have a miscarriage. Rest the souls of all those children that was lost in a matter of not being produced and being able to have the good life, or whatever happened in their body that didn't function right. And I never hurt any woman. So I never lived with a woman. I don't have children. I don't do drugs. I don't abuse women. They always say, oh, you narcissist. Like when you don't agree with their lines of talk, you got to be something wrong. You got to be a narcissist. You got to be bad. It's like, no, I don't. I have none of that. I just, as I talked about in part 2, I don't say to talk a certain aggressiveness or proudness, but I am bold. I talk to you. So what does that mean? So black men don't accept less. I don't mean not the way the black women telling black women what is less, because you make less is, again, treatment. Don't allow somebody to treat you less. I treat myself good. I cook for myself. So I know what I'm putting in my body. I'm not going to allow somebody to say, I don't cook. And then when we do eat, everything is ordered out, then use my money. That's less than what I treat myself. See, people don't get that. That's a core value I have. And a criteria, keep your criteria. She has to love herself. I love myself. I would go out with my real hair. So why don't you go on your real hair? I can't wear no makeup. I gotta look like this. It's like, I want some things that's real to me, not delusions. So this is not about hating black women. Once again, this is my presentation, the Brother Talk series, Black Men Finding Love. And every black man deserves love. I don't say it's something for someone for everybody, because not wholeheartedly in the spirit believe this. You could have, the woman for you, because it could be one woman for one person, might have passed on. Now I feel like that's in my heart. I feel like my wife passed on or something, or I just ain't meet her in the right, or I might have met her, but she's looking for her more options. And it's only a time frame that the universe will present this person to you. And she probably missed out, or I probably missed out. We not gonna meet. So be okay, and don't be mad at the world, brothers, for the black men or black women that hurt you. That's on them. They got to clean up their own wounds. They hurt themselves. And if you got to clean up your own wound, don't worry about it then. Clean it up. It's going to be a mark, but don't become angry. So what I say unto one, I say unto all, is your path, your journey, is your choice. Thank you, Brother David. Thank you, Brother C. Thank you, SHEILA, Sister SHEILA. Thank you, Sister 12L, and everybody else that came through. I appreciate you. I love you all. I love you, black men. And hold on. I got something for you, because this is the third part. I should have had it ready. Let me see if I can find it. This was from one of my slides I had. This was a good slide. Very good one. The part, it's to empower you, my brothers. Hold on. Brother empowerment. Let me put that down. I don't know the minute mark. It's for the empowerment. It's a back part to it that I wrote it, or it was a picture. I loved it. It's the back part of the Brother Talk series, the presentation. I got it on here. One moment. For some reason I'm on StreamYard. It take a little bit to load on my laptop. But the other platforms, it's like the opposite. So I was like, man, I gotta know which one to use. One moment. All right, I found it. It's not the part, but it's another part. I'll make sure I have it. I don't want to keep holding you up. It's Brother She. I'll get that link out to you. Even if I have to send it to you, I'll put it on there and then make sure I send it to you as well. Said, don't forget, brothers, everything start with self-development. Development of self before anything can make you. If you're not mastering self, meaning knowing who you are doing yourself a disservice. As we know, only you can tell you what to do. So why not be the best you at all times? You are the role model or figure that's instrumental in many young men's life. You may not see him, trust me, he definitely sees you. So let's be our own narrative by working together. No more of these news media outlets of being ourselves or who we are not. I am, and I am for me. I am resolve, resolution. I am truth. I am powerful. And I am me. Thank you, brothers. I appreciate you. I love you. If you've never heard this before another man, before you have now, yes, you are a man. Dear black man, no matter what, someone always be watching, whether it be other race, family, friends, children, other men. I know the pressure mounts on your shoulders, but kings can carry the burden that others never knew exists. And you exist. Show them your beauty. Show them your power. And shalom, my brothers. You have a great day. And receive this and find best love best for you.